Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to talk about something very powerful, something that is silently controlling your life, your thoughts. Every day, you are thinking something, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. But have you ever asked yourself, what are these thoughts doing to your life? Here's the truth. You become what you think. If you think you are weak, you will feel weak. If you think you can grow, you will start growing. Your mind is not just thinking, it is shaping your reality. And in this video, you will understand how your thoughts control your life and how you can change your thinking to change your future. Everything will be explained in very simple English, so you can understand easily and start applying it today. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Your thoughts create your reality. The starting point of everything. Every day. From the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, your mind is always thinking. You may not notice it, but thousands of thoughts are running inside your head. Some thoughts are positive, some are negative. But here is the most important truth. Your life follows your thoughts. What does it mean? It means the way you think slowly becomes the way you feel and the way you act. And your actions create your life. So the process is simple. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. If your thoughts are weak, your actions will be weak, and your life will become weak. If your thoughts are strong, your actions will become strong, and your life will improve. The hidden power of thinking. Most people don't control their thoughts. They just think whatever comes into their mind. They say, I can't do this. I am not good enough. My life will not change. At first, these are just thoughts. But when you repeat them again and again, they become beliefs. And once something becomes a belief, it controls your behavior. Simple example. Imagine a person who always thinks, I am not confident. Because of this thought, he avoids speaking. He avoids people. He stays silent. And because of these actions, your mind is like a garden. Think of your mind like a garden. Your thoughts are like seeds. If you plant negative seeds, fear, doubt, and excuses will grow. If you plant positive seeds, confidence, action, and growth will grow. But here is the important part. If you don't choose your thoughts, negative thoughts will grow automatically. So you must choose what you plant in your mind. Why negative thinking is dangerous. Negative thoughts feel normal, because most people think negatively. But negative thinking slowly destroys your confidence. It makes you feel weak, feel scared, feel stuck. And when your mind feels like this, you stop taking action. No action means no change. Positive thinking is not fake. Many people think positive thinking is fake. They say, I should be realistic. But positive thinking is not about lying to yourself. It is about choosing a better way to think. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I will try and improve. This small change creates a big difference. Control your thoughts. Step by step. You cannot control every thought, but you can control what you focus on. When a negative thought comes, don't accept it immediately. Pause. Ask yourself, is this helping me? If the answer is no, replace it with a better thought. Train your mind daily. Just like your body needs exercise, your mind also needs training. You must practice positive thinking daily. For example, I am improving every day. I can learn this. I will not give up. At first, it may feel strange, but slowly, your mind will accept it. Your future starts in your mind. Before success happens in real life, It starts in your thoughts. Every successful person first believes, then acts, then achieves. If you don't believe, you will not take action. And without action, nothing changes. Common mistake to avoid. Don't say, I will change when my life becomes better. No, your life becomes better when your thinking becomes better. Simple practice. You can start today. Today, watch your thoughts carefully. When you think something negative, stop. Change it into a better sentence. Do this again and again. This small habit can change your life. Your thoughts are not small. They are the blueprint of your life. If you want to change your life, start by changing your thinking. Choose better thoughts. Build strong beliefs. Take better actions. Because in life, you don't become what you want. You become what you think. Lesson 2. Your mind believes what you repeat. The power of self-talk. Every day you are talking to someone, but that someone is not another person. It is you. Inside your mind, you are always speaking to yourself. This is called self-talk. And here is the truth. Your self-talk is shaping your life. What is self-talk? Self-talk is the voice inside your head. It says things like, I can do this. I am not good enough. I will try again. I always fail. These sentences may look small, but they are very powerful because your mind listens to them again and again, every day. The real problem. Most people don't control their self-talk. They speak to themselves in a negative way. They say, I am weak. I am not smart. I will never succeed. And slowly, their mind starts believing it. How your mind works. Your mind does not check if something is true or false. It only checks one thing: how many times you repeat it. If you repeat something again and again, your mind accepts it as truth, even if it is negative. Simple example. Imagine a person who says every day, I am bad at speaking English. At first, it is just a sentence. But after repeating it many times, he starts believing it. Because of this belief, he avoids speaking. He feels nervous. He loses confidence. And finally, he becomes bad at speaking. Not because he was weak, but because he trained his mind to believe it. Positive self-talk changes everything. Now imagine the same person says, I am learning English every day. I am improving slowly. I will become better. These thoughts are simple, but powerful. Now his mind believes growth is possible. He starts practicing. He speaks more. He improves, and his life starts changing. Why repetition is so powerful. Repetition builds belief. What you repeat, your mind accepts. What your mind accepts, you start acting on it, and your actions create your reality. You are programming your mind. Think of your mind like a computer. Your self-talk is the program. If your program is negative, your results will be negative. If your program is positive, your results will improve. So the question is, what are you telling yourself every day? Replace negative thoughts. You cannot stop all negative thoughts, but you can replace them. For example, instead of, I can't do this, say, I will try and learn. Instead of, I am not confident, say, I am building confidence. Small changes, big results. Speak to yourself like a friend. Ask yourself one question. Would I talk to my friend like this? If your answer is no, then don't talk to yourself like that. Be kind to yourself, support yourself, because your mind listens to your voice. Practice daily self-talk. Make it a habit. Every day, say positive sentences to yourself. For example, I'm getting better every day. I will not give up. I am strong enough to improve. At first, it may feel strange, but with repetition, your mind will accept it. Morning and night routine. The best time to train your mind is morning. When you wake up night before you sleep, because your mind is more open at that time. Use these moments wisely. Common mistake to avoid. Don't say positive words once, and negative words all day. Consistency is important. Repeat your new thoughts daily. Simple practice you can start today. Choose 3 positive sentences. Repeat them in the morning. Repeat them at night. Speak them with belief. Do this every day. Your mind believes what you tell it again and again. Watch your words. Control your self-talk. Repeat strong thoughts daily. Because in life, the way you speak to yourself decides the person you become. Lesson 3. What you focus on grows. Control your attention. Control your life. Every day, your mind is looking at something. It is thinking about something. It is focusing on something. And here is a powerful truth. Whatever you focus on grows in your life. The hidden power of focus. Your mind is like a spotlight. It cannot focus on everything at once. It chooses one thing and gives energy to it. If you focus on problems, your problems feel bigger. If you focus on fear, your fear becomes stronger. If you focus on growth, your progress becomes faster. The problem most people have. Most people don't control their focus. Their mind jumps from one thing to another. They focus on negative news, past mistakes, other people's opinions, fear, and doubt. And slowly, their mind becomes negative. Simple example. Imagine 2 people. Person A focuses on what is wrong in life. He thinks, my life is not good. I don't have opportunities. Everything is difficult. Now what happens? He feels weak. He loses motivation. He stops taking action. Person B focuses on what he can do. He thinks, what can I improve today? What small step can I take? Now what happens? He feels active. He takes action. He improves slowly. Same world, different focus, different results. Your focus creates your feelings. If you focus on negative things, you feel negative. If you focus on positive things, you feel positive. Your feelings are not random. They come from your focus. Why negative focus is dangerous. Negative focus feels natural because your brain is designed to notice problems. But if you don't control it, you start thinking, I am not good enough. I will fail. My life is not improving. This creates fear and stress. And when your mind is full of fear, you stop moving forward. Billionaire-level thinking. Successful people control their focus. They don't ignore problems, but they don't stay stuck in them. They focus on solutions, growth, opportunities. They ask, what can I do next? This simple question changes everything. Train your mind to focus right. You cannot stop thoughts, but you can guide them. When your mind goes negative, pause. Ask yourself, is this helping me? If not, change your focus. Shift your attention. Instead of thinking, I failed, think, what did I learn? Instead of thinking, this is difficult, think, how can I improve? This shift is small, but powerful. Focus on actions, not fear. Fear comes from thinking too much. Action comes from focusing on what you can do. So always ask, what is my next step? Then take that step. This builds confidence. Daily focus practice. Every day, choose one thing to focus on. For example, today, I will focus on learning. Today, I will focus on practice. Today, I will focus on improvement. Keep your mind on that direction. Common mistake to avoid. Don't focus on things you cannot control. Past is gone. Other people's opinions don't matter. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your effort. Simple practice. You can start today. Right now, ask yourself, what am I focusing on? If it is negative, change it immediately. Focus on one positive action. Energy flows where attention goes. Control your focus. Train your mind. Choose what you think about. Because in life, the person who controls attention controls direction and controls success. Lesson 4. Your beliefs decide your limits. Break the invisible wall. What is a belief? A belief is something you accept as true. It is not just a thought. It is a strong thought, repeated many times, until your mind says, this is true. For example, I am not confident. I cannot speak English. I am not smart enough. These are not facts. These are beliefs. Why beliefs are so powerful? Beliefs control your actions. If you believe you can do something, you try. If you believe you cannot, you don't even start. So your belief becomes your limit. The invisible wall. Think of belief like an invisible wall. You cannot see it, but it stops you. You feel like you are stuck. But the truth is, your belief is stopping you. Simple example. Imagine two people. Person A believes, I cannot speak English. Because of this belief, he avoids speaking. He feels afraid. He never practices, so he stays at the same level. Person B believes, I can learn step by step. Because of this belief, he tries. He practices daily. He improves slowly. Same starting point. Different belief. Different result. Where do beliefs come from? Beliefs don't come from truth. They come from past experiences, other people's words, repeated negative thinking. For example, if someone laughed at you once, you may believe, I am bad at speaking. But one moment does not define your future. The danger of negative beliefs. Negative beliefs limit your life. They make you feel small, think small, act small. And when your actions are small, your results stay small. The power of positive beliefs. Now imagine you change your belief. Instead of, I can't do this, you say, I can learn this slowly. Now your mind opens. You take action. You improve. You grow. Belief comes before success. Many people say, I will believe when I see results. But successful people think differently. They say, I will believe first, then I will create results. Belief comes before success. How to change your beliefs. You cannot change belief in one day, but you can change it step by step. First, notice your belief. Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? Second, question it. Is this really true? Third, replace it. I am learning. I am improving. I can grow. Repeat until it becomes real. Just like negative beliefs were created by repetition, positive beliefs are also created by repetition. Say it daily. Think it daily. Act on it daily. Slowly. Your new belief becomes strong. Act like your new belief. Don't just think differently. Act differently. If you believe you can improve, start practicing. Action makes belief stronger. Common mistake to avoid. Don't say, this is just my nature. No, your beliefs are not permanent. They can change. Simple practice. You can start today. Write one negative belief you have, then write a new positive belief. Repeat it daily. Act on it. Your beliefs are not facts. They are choices. Break your limits. Change your beliefs. Open your mind. Because in life, You don't rise higher than your belief. You rise to the level of your belief. Lesson 5. Your actions follow your thoughts. Your thoughts do not stay only in your mind. Slowly, they become your actions. And your actions become your life. That is why thinking is not a small thing. It is the beginning of everything you do. Thoughts create feelings. Before you take action, you usually feel something. If you think, I can't do this, you feel afraid. If you think, I can try this, you feel stronger. So first comes the thought. Then comes the feeling. Then comes the action. This is why your thoughts are so powerful. Negative thoughts create weak actions. If your mind is full of negative thoughts, your actions become weak. You delay, you avoid, you stop, you give excuses. Not because you are useless, not because you are born weak, but because your mind is giving your body the wrong message. Your mind says, you cannot do this. So your body stops trying. Positive thoughts create strong actions. Now imagine your mind says, I can improve. I can learn. I can take one small step. I don't need to be perfect today. Now your body listens to a different message. You start, you try, you practice, you move forward. That is how better thinking creates better action. Small thoughts can create big changes. Many people wait for one big moment to change their life. But real change usually starts with one small thought. One day you think, I am tired of living like this. Then you take one small action. You wake up a little earlier. You practice English for 10 minutes. You write your goal. You stop wasting 1 hour. You speak one sentence with confidence. That small action creates a little confidence. Then confidence creates more action. And slowly, your life starts changing. Your brain needs proof. Your mind does not believe only words forever. It needs proof. If you keep saying, I am disciplined, but you never take action, your mind will not fully believe it. But if you say, I am disciplined, and then you complete one small task, your mind gets proof. It says, yes, this is true. I can do it. That is why action is very important. Your thoughts start the change, but your actions prove the change. Do not wait for perfect confidence. Many people say, I will start when I feel confident. But confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes after action. First you try, then you learn, then you improve, then confidence comes. So don't wait until you feel ready. Start before you feel ready. Take one small step. That small step will teach your mind, I am not weak, I can move. Change your inner command. Your thoughts are like commands to your body. If your inner command is, stop, hide, wait, do it tomorrow, your life will stay stuck. But if your inner command is, try, start, practice, take one step, your life will begin to move. So every morning, give your mind a better command. Say, today I will take one small action. Today I will not let fear stop me. Today I will do what helps my future. The dangerous habit of overthinking. Overthinking is when you think too much but act too little. You think about every problem. You imagine every failure. You worry about every mistake. And after all that thinking, you do nothing. This is dangerous, because life does not change by thinking alone. Life changes when thinking becomes action. So whenever you catch yourself overthinking, ask one simple question. What is one small thing I can do now? Then do it. One small action is better than big thinking. A small action is more powerful than a big plan that never starts. Reading one page is better than planning to read a whole book someday. Speaking one English sentence is better than waiting for perfect English. Doing one push-up is better than dreaming about fitness. Saving $1 is better than only dreaming about wealth. Small action builds real identity. It tells your mind, I am becoming that person. Your identity changes through action. When you repeat actions, you start seeing yourself differently. If you practice daily, you start thinking, I am a consistent person. If you speak daily, you start thinking, I am becoming a speaker. If you learn daily, you start thinking, I am a learner. Your actions create your identity, and your identity creates your future. Common mistake to avoid. Do not only listen to motivational words and then do nothing. Motivation can make you feel strong for a short time, but action makes you strong in real life. After every powerful thought, take one action, even a small action. Because without action, thoughts become dreams. With action, thoughts become reality. Simple practice. You can start today. Choose one thought you want to become real. For example, I am improving my English. Now take one action that proves it. Speak for 10 minutes. Write 5 sentences. Listen carefully for 15 minutes. Practice one short paragraph out loud. Do this today, not tomorrow. Today, because today's action builds tomorrow's life. Your thoughts begin your future, but your actions build your future. Think better. Speak better to yourself. Focus better. Believe better. But after that, act. Take one small step. Because in life, you don't become what you think only. You become what you think, repeat, and do every day. Lesson 6. Your environment shapes your thinking. Choose what enters your mind. What is environment? Environment is everything around you. The people you talk to, the videos you watch, the content you listen to, the words you hear every day. All these things slowly enter your mind and become your thoughts. The real truth. You think your thoughts are your own, but many of your thoughts come from your environment. If you are surrounded by negativity, your mind becomes negative. If you are surrounded by growth, your mind becomes strong. Simple example. Imagine 2 people. Person A spends time with people who complain. They say, life is hard. Nothing changes. We can't do anything. Now what happens? Person A starts thinking the same way. He loses motivation. He stops trying. Person B spends time with people who grow. They say, let's improve. Let's try again. We can do better. Now what happens? Person B becomes active. He takes action. He improves. Same world, different environment, different life. Your mind absorbs everything. Your mind is always listening, even when you are not paying attention. The things you watch, the things you hear, they slowly enter your subconscious mind, and after some time, they become your thinking. Why negative environment is dangerous. Negative environment is very powerful. It makes you doubt yourself, fear failure, avoid action, think small, and slowly. You start believing that you cannot change your life. Choose your input carefully. If you want to change your thoughts, you must change what enters your mind. This means watch better content, listen to positive ideas, read useful things, because what you feed your mind becomes your thinking. You can create your own environment. Even if your surroundings are not perfect, you can still build a better environment. You can. Choose what you watch. Choose what you listen. Choose what you read. You don't need to depend on others. You can design your own mental space. Limit negative influence. You cannot remove all negativity, but you can reduce it. Spend less time with people who always complain, content that wastes your time, things that make you feel weak. Protect your mind. Fill your mind with growth. Every day, give your mind something positive. Listen to good ideas. Think about your goals. Focus on improvement. Slowly, your thinking will change. Your environment creates your identity. If you stay in a strong environment, you become strong. If you stay in a weak environment, you become weak. Because your environment shapes your habits, and your habits shape your identity. Common mistake to avoid. Don't say, "My environment is bad, so I cannot grow." This is a limiting belief. Even in a bad environment, you can choose better input. Growth is still possible. Simple practice. You can start today. Today. Check your environment. Ask yourself, what am I watching? What am I listening to? What kind of people are around me? Then make one small change. Choose one positive input. Your environment feeds your mind, and your mind creates your life. Protect your thoughts. Choose your environment. Control what enters your mind. Because in life, you don't just become what you think. You become what you are surrounded by. Lesson 7. Think about yourself. Only no one is coming to save you. Now listen carefully. This is one of the most powerful truths you will ever understand. Most people spend their whole life thinking about others. What will people say? What will they think about me? What if they judge me? Because of this, they stop themselves. They don't speak. They don't try. They don't grow. And slowly, they lose their own life just trying to please others. The harsh truth. No one is thinking about you as much as you think. Everyone is busy in their own life. Everyone has their own problems, their own fears, their own thoughts. But you are stuck thinking about them. This is wasting your energy. Why this thinking is dangerous. When you focus too much on others, you lose your confidence. You stop taking action. You stay in your comfort zone. You start living a small life, not because you are weak, but because you are afraid of people's opinions. You must shift your focus. Instead of asking, "What will people think?" Start asking, "What do I think about myself?" Instead of saying, "They may laugh at me," say, "I will improve myself." This small shift changes everything. No one is coming to change your life. This is a hard truth. No one is coming to fix your life. No one will come and say, "Let me build your future." No one will come and give you confidence. No one will come and push you every day. It is your responsibility. If you don't focus on yourself, you lose. If you keep thinking about others, years will pass. Opportunities will pass. Your dreams will stay dreams. And one day, you will realize you wasted your life thinking about people who were never thinking about you. Think about your growth. Start focusing on yourself, your skills, your habits, your mindset, your future. Ask yourself daily, what can I improve today? This question will change your direction. Stop seeking approval. Many people wait for approval. They want someone to say, "You are good. You can do this." But if you depend on others, you will always feel weak. Start giving approval to yourself. Say, "I am improving. I am trying. I will not stop." Your life is your responsibility. If you succeed, it is because of you. If you fail, it is also because of you. This may sound hard, but this is power. Because now, you are in control. Simple example. Imagine you want to speak English, but you think, what if people laugh? So you stay silent. Years pass, you still don't speak. Now imagine you think, I don't care what people say. I will practice and improve. Now you speak. You improve. You grow. Same situation, different thinking, different life. You become strong when you focus on yourself. When you stop caring about others' opinions, you feel free. You feel strong. You take action. You start becoming the person you always wanted to be. Common mistake to avoid. Don't think, I will start when people support me. Support yourself first, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Simple practice you can start today. Today, you stop worrying about others for one day. Focus only on yourself, your improvement, your action, your growth. Do one thing that makes you better. If you keep thinking about others, you will lose yourself. If you start thinking about yourself, you will build yourself. Stop living for people. Stop fearing opinions. Focus on your life. Focus on your growth. Focus on your future. Because in life, the person who chooses himself is the person who changes everything. Lesson 8. Become the master of your mind. You control your thoughts. You must become the master of your mind. The biggest problem. Most people are controlled by their mind. If their mind says, I am tired, they stop. If their mind says, I can't do this, they quit. If their mind says, do it tomorrow, they delay. They follow every thought without questioning it. And because of this, their life stays average. The real truth. Your mind is not always right. Your mind is just giving suggestions. Sometimes those suggestions are helpful, but many times, they're based on fear, habit, and comfort. If you follow your mind blindly, you will stay in your comfort zone forever. You must take control. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who can observe your thoughts. You can choose which thought to follow, which thought to ignore. This is real power. Simple example. Your mind says, I don't feel like practicing today. Most people listen and skip practice. But a strong person says, I understand this thought, but I will still practice. This is control. Control creates freedom. It may feel difficult in the beginning, but when you control your mind, you become free. Free from laziness, free from fear, free from excuses. Now you act based on your goals, not your mood. Train your mind daily, just like a muscle. Your mind needs training. You cannot control it in one day, but you can build control slowly. Every time you choose action over excuse, you become stronger. Every time you ignore negative thinking, you grow. Pause before you react. When a thought comes, don't react immediately. Pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this helping me or stopping me? If it is stopping you, don't follow it. Choose a better action. You become what you practice. If you practice control daily, you become disciplined. If you follow your mind daily, you become weak. Your identity is built by your choices. Discipline over mood. Your mood changes every day. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel low. If you depend on mood, your progress will stop. But if you depend on discipline, you will keep moving forward. You are the leader. Your mind is like a tool. It should follow you, not control you. You are the leader. Your thoughts are just signals. You decide what to do. Common mistake to avoid. Don't say, this is how I am. No, you are not fixed. You can change. You can grow. You can control your mind. Simple practice. You can start today. Today, when your mind tells you to avoid something important, do the opposite. Take action, even if it is small. This will build your control. Your mind is powerful, but only when you control it. Take charge of your thoughts. Don't follow every feeling. Don't believe every excuse. Control your mind, and you will control your life. Because in life, the person who masters his mind masters his future. Now stop for a moment and think. What have you been thinking about yourself all this time? Because the truth is, your life is not controlled by luck, not by people, not by situations. Your life is controlled by your thoughts. If you keep thinking small, you will live a small life. If you keep thinking fear, you will stay stuck. But the moment you change your thinking, everything begins to change, not in one day, but step by step. Your confidence grows, your actions change, your life moves forward. So don't just watch this video. Apply it. Start today. Change one thought. Take one action. And repeat it every single day. Because remember, you don't become what you want. You become what you think. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel. We are here to help you grow. One thought, one step, one day at a time. See you in the next video.